I am having a great time with Cassette Beasts so far. It's really brought back some of the magic I had playing some older monster collecting games. But honestly, it can be a little overwhelming, even to fans of the genre, due to how different it can be. Cassette Beasts is a very ambitious game, and there's a lot going for it, but it can be a little hard to wrap your head around the first time. Don't let that stop you from enjoying the game though, there's a lot to uncover. Here's 5 things that I wish I knew when I started playing Cassette Beasts. Cassette Beasts works off of a type chart just like many other RPGs, but this one's a little different. All the types in the game do interact with each other, but they don't do more damage or less damage depending on what the opponent's type is, or your friends. Instead, they can either buff, debuff, or just completely change the type on someone completely. How so? Let's say you have a metal monster fighting against a ground type monster, fighting against an earth type monster. The metal monster will smash the ground monster into the ground, basically weakening its defenses. Whereas if a poison monster attacked a steel monster, it would give it contact damage, so it does basically a little bit of extra damage for every hit and when it takes damage too, so like spike damage. The game does explain some of this every time you create a reaction for the first time, but it can be difficult to remember of all the types out there. Luckily, the game does include a type chart in one of the early books you receive, but it is easy to forget that's there. Plus, it's a little hard to learn. The red blocks negatively affect the types in the top, and the green ones positively affect the defending types on the top. These elemental types really give the game a lot more longevity, a lot more to think about in terms of strategy, whether it's creating debuffs or switching to another one who can take advantage of those buffs. You can also buff your partner by giving them a weak attack that would buff them, giving a whole new level of strategy. It's really cool. Probably my favorite thing about the game, aside from Clément's, is the sticker system. This allows you to basically take a monster's moves, save it for later, and attach it to another monster. You can also get these stickers from the shop to give to any monster you want, or you can catch multiple of a monster and have a supply of one type of move. There's a whole bunch of moves, common, uncommon, and rare, that have a lot of different effects. It allows you to mix and match and really have control over what kind of build you want to make for a monster. It's really fun. It really rewards you for trying out different monsters and experimenting or catching a bunch of monsters at once. It also gives you a reason to keep checking the shop every day, because you never know what you're gonna get. It also lets you try out a whole bunch of different strategies without many downsides. For example, I want my Sirenade to have a stronger air attack that just hit one enemy with a certain amount of AP. So I managed to take a move from another monster and gave it to them instead. While not every monster can learn every type of move, there's still a wacky amount of combinations you can do to really have fun with the game. Throughout your adventure, you'll find a bunch of treasure chests containing goodies. And while some of them you can just open, there's a lot that don't let you open them. At first I thought I need to get to a certain part in the story or gain a certain level of power in order to open them up, but it's mainly just puzzles. If you find a chest that looks like this, there will probably be some sort of switch or puzzle you'll need to finish before you can open them up. So definitely make sure to explore and figure out what you can do. Instead of money, Cassette Beasts has a few different types of currencies to get the materials you need, such as plastic and metal, pulp, wheat, and wood. You can get these from chests or fighting monsters. However, you can target one of these if you want to get a certain item. Say if you want plastic, you can fight a bunch of plastic crabs near the front of the game. I did not know this, and after skipping a bunch of plastic crabs, I was like, why don't I have any plastic to buy more cassettes? Definitely make sure you fight as many monsters as you can if you want to buy everything. Before we go, here's an extra bonus fact about Cassette Beasts. When adding a new beast to the bestiary, you'll get a few sentences of description, but if you can get each beast to 5 stars, you'll be able to get a little more information. It gives you a little bit of extra incentive to 5-star everyone. It doesn't really give you any tips to how to play the game or anything, but it gives you a little bit of background information, and it's a nice little detail that they added. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy Cassette Beasts.